All right, take a close look at this. You see those? Those are some of the most destructive insects in Texas. They're termites, and if you've ever dealt with them, you know they can do some damage and they can be expensive. They cost an estimated $1 billion a year, and that's a normal year. And scientists are warning that this year will be anything but normal. It could be the worst termite season in 10 years. Right now in the area, you see that area that's red? Well, that's where there is a high termite infestation that's going on.
Yeah, that is a scary thought for anybody that owns a home. Channel 8's Debbie Denman talked to a family dealing with the problem firsthand, and this is an expensive problem, Debbie.
It really can be a very expensive problem, and these exterminators are actually working overtime trying to get rid of the problem. This homeowner was fortunate that he discovered the problem about 3 weeks ago before any major damage is done.
Here's the termite swarmers. They came out of someplace, and they're over here by the windows because they're trying to get outside.
Dead termites on the carpet, evidence that the homeowner's suspicions were correct. He had unwanted guests in his guest bedroom. His reaction?
Oh no, why me?
Jeff Geisbauer's wife first noticed the problem in a downstairs bathroom. A mud tube where the termites made themselves comfortable was a big clue.
And then I kind of looked underneath the sink, and I just kind of pounded on the back of the wallboard, and it was completely hollow.
Followed a water line up through the slab.
Termites had eaten through it. This is another example of a termite's voracious appetite for wood. It's peak season for swarms when they come out from underneath the ground to mate.
It's been close to 10 years since we've seen these kind of termite swarm numbers. I think the conditions have been pretty good this past winter with lots of moisture.
Many termite and pest control companies like MetroGuard are seeing their business double as technicians assess the damage and treat the problem.
Luckily, it sounds like I probably have a pretty small, pretty minor infestations.
Spotting the problem early is the key to minimizing the damage and the damage to your pocketbook. Now, the homeowner who lives here is looking at about an $800 bill because the exterminator goes by the linear footage. That's the outside walls around the house. So about $800 for a house of this size, and that does not include the remodeling that may have to be done. I'm Debbie Denman reporting live in Plano, Channel 8 News.
Well, there are three main types of termites here in Texas. Formosan termites are the most aggressive and typically have a colony with more than 1 million insects. Native termites are the most destructive insect of wood in the country, and then drywood termites are typically found living near the coast, and they tend to swarm at night. But no matter which kind it is, they can do a lot of damage. I'm joined here by Mark Kelsey with Arrow Exterminators. Let's first talk about the swarmers. The worst in 10 years, but what is a swarmer? You're saying they live in colonies and they just lay eggs.
And they reproduce. They swarm out of the colony and reproduce and go back in the ground and reproduce and start a new colony is their main purpose in life.
And the other termites just bring them their food and take care of them because they're just reproducing.
Work with them, eat the wood, bring it back to the colony, feed them, take care of them the way that, like a queen bee or something like that. A queen bee will be taken care of.
Yeah. Let's point out what's inside of this. You're saying if your neighbor has termites, these swarmers, you should be worried too.
That's correct, because they can go about a half an acre, cover about a half an acre, so they could be at your house, your neighbor's house, within a half an acre.
And they do that through this tunnel?
Through a tunnel, through the ground. They usually build this tunnel up to get into your house. So they'll start from the ground, build it up into your weep holes, and then take it into the house from there. And that's how they move it, use it for moisture and protection.
Okay, and then we've seen this before. This is the kind of damage they can do in your home. But is there anything that we can do without the help of a professional exterminator?
Not really. You really can't. You can treat it yourself. You really can't buy the products to do that. So you really need a professional to come out and do an inspection, determine if you got them. You can always do a preventive treatment to make sure you don't get them.
But with the swarmers, just spray a little water, make them come to the ground and vacuum them up and wait.
That's it, because you can't. They won't reinfest your house. They got to go in the ground to survive. So they'll just die, sweep them up, vacuum clean. If they're alive, vacuum clean them up, and you're good with those.
All right. Thanks for the information, Mark. We really appreciate it. Along with calling your local pest control company, we do have a link to the state's agriculture department on our website. There you can find all the licensed businesses that can help you out.